Our journey to the 1999 World Cup final ended right here at the Rose Bowl. And now 8 of us from that team are together again.
Rose Bowl. You're not recording.
Oh, you're doing it on here. Because no one remembers who we are.
My name's Michelle Akers.
Otherwise known as Mufasa, with the heart of a lion and hair of a lion.
Hi, I'm Joy Fawcett.
Mama Joy, our calm, collected one, and our first real soccer mom.
Brianna Scurry.
Bri, our goalkeeper. That look tells you everything you need to know.
Hi, I'm Mia Hamm, Pisces.
Mia, the face of our team. Named after a ballerina, if you can believe it.
Carla Overbeck.
Carla, our rock and fearless captain.
I'm Christine Lilly.
Lil, as dependable as they come, with a forehead we'd like to bronze.
Brandy Chastain.
Yep, she's the one who took her shirt off. Good thing she doesn't have my gut.
Here she comes, camera crew. She's gonna take her shirt off and do one of these.
People always ask, are you the one who took your shirt off?
Someone asked me that too.
All the time.
Did you even get that?
I don't get that.
I took a ton of footage of us in the locker room, and we are nuts.
Outside, inside out, with la vida loca.
Bri, of course, is like in her zone, and, and we're like dancing around her.
You were in our face all the time. But I think that gave everyone this kind of sense of comfort. That really helped us, especially when things got a little nervous, like in that quarterfinal game.
The U.S. women's soccer team takes on Germany tonight in the quarterfinals of the World Cup.
If you lose in the quarterfinals, then the tournament is a total bust. Next day, FIFA just sends you home.
Oh, yeah. Let the game begin. It's a bad day to be German.
Germany was one of the best teams in the world, and our longtime rival. We knew it wasn't going to be easy.
The pressure of the tournament being a success, you know, was on us, and we had to keep winning.
We took the field and got off to a rough start.
Just in back to Scurry, and it's a goal for Germany! Own goal in the 5th minute.
I just remember thinking, I'm just going to make a really simple play. It will be like no nonsense, just pass it back. And what I remember is not making any kind of eye contact or saying anything to Bri and passing it and then looking up and going like, oh my God, it's going in the goal. We couldn't get back fast enough.
There's a big defensive breakdown there, miscommunication.
And then immediately Carla coming over and was just like, no worries. For me, it's like that moment could have been the worst moment. She was just like, let it go. You know, we're going to win the game and you're going to help. And I was like, all right, if you say it, I believe you.
Did you believe that, Carla?
No, I was thinking, what the hell just happened? No, of course not. But you know what? I mean, get it together before I talk to her.
People ask me about that too, Brandy. You know how I was when I played.
No,
For whatever reason, I never said anything to you. I never gestured, I never said anything because I was thinking, I'm going to need her later.
You know, Brandy was one of the best defenders we had, and I said, man, you know, I need to get to her because I know what I would be doing to myself if I did that. And I just said, you know, we need you. I remember just keep saying, we need you. You know, forget about it. It's over. We need you.
I feel so lucky to have had Carla as our voice. I can remember her on the field, right? So many times, like in moments of panic, right? It was like, we're fine. Stop freaking out.
Here's Akers. That's blocked. It comes free. Shot, go! Tiffany Milburn has tied it up in the 16th minute. On the turn. Big Mon, it's deflected, and a goal for Germany right before the half.
I just remember going in the half going, oh my God. Because we had just gotten the momentum back and the crowd back in it, and then all of a sudden that goal happened.
The only thing I really remember saying is, don't let your dream end today. We can play better. We have to play better.
Off the hand corner, in the air, it's Chester down, Chastain, go!
she's relieved.
It's all about thank you for letting me score a goal and redeem myself for the own goal.
This is a new game now. They're tied up.
Pressure intensified.
Matt got subbed in to take that corner.
You heard it. Go!
It's driven across the box, and this time Fawcett sends it home near post. Beautifully executed play.
The USA goes out of the semi-final. There's no such thing as an easy win when you get to this stage. The USA advances as Germany goes home. A 3-2 final.
Hey, we should be proud as hell at what we just did, okay? We played with a ton of heart, but guess what? We had the same exact game in 2 days, okay? So we enjoy it, but hey, we get right down to f***ing business. Hey, we are the best. We are the f***ing best.
I have something to say first. Hey, when we walked out of that locker room, you guys, we weren't sure what was going to happen, but to see you guys so positive out there made all the difference in the world. You guys carried us through that. Well done. Let's go.
I look back on that group, you know, it was really, truly a team of 20.
Yeah.
There's a genuine caring for each other. And I think there was a good checks and balances. It's like if you were kind of starting to stray a little bit, there was, you know, no fear of saying, hey, you know, what's the mission? What's the goal? This is what we're doing. I never wanted to mess up because I never wanted to be the one who didn't do something well for you.
Right. People say, well, who did you look up to growing up? And I was like, yeah, well, you know, the Yankees, but my teammates. You inspired me to compete every time I stepped out there.
Think of like all the pressure Mia had to bear.
Yeah.
As being the face, as being the one that they always wanted to interview. And then on top of that, she's got to score goals still and perform, because if she's not, that's the first question that's coming in her face. Mia, you carried us on your shoulders for a long time.
Yeah.
I will tell you, the hardest time about that whole experience was every day after practice when you guys would get on that bus. And I couldn't get on because I had to do the interviews, just because I know how special those moments are. The easy part was I knew it wasn't about me, you know? And it was about you guys. And I was a reflection of what you guys mean to me, and I hope that was my goal every time I stood in front of the camera, was to make sure that I let you know that I appreciated you and that I played for you guys.
You did me.
And we all knew that, and we all felt bad that, you know, you were the one shouldering the brunt of...
Just for 5 seconds.
Well, maybe a minute I felt bad for you, and then, you know.
No.
But, I mean, just the way you handled it.
You set the foundation for how we were. Like the mentality of the team.
Tackle at the edge of the box and clear.
It was a game dominated by defense. No one was going to let anybody run free.
90th minute. It is still scoreless here. The stage could be set for sudden death overtime. Yuri strikes it hard. Scoring comes out. Somebody got a piece. Looks like Michelle Akers is the player down.
She goes up in a tangle with Brianna Scurry and actually gets hit in the head.
When you went down, you're on the ground just in this heap. And I'm thinking, uh-oh. And then you kind of get up and you're like, hey, I'm fine, I can play. And I'm like, no, you can't. Yes, I can. And I like started getting angry. And I'm like, dude, you're done, you're done.
Doc Adams, he would like look over my head. Mish, snap out of it! Yelling at me. Of course I'm trying to snap out of it.
Tough way to end the World Cup career. Michelle Akers leaving.
Hey, we didn't work this hard to not finish this off. We finished this off. We beat them to every ball. They are dead tired. Remember that. We go after it. Let's go.
Face down the middle. She fires. It's deflected. Corner kick. Christine Lilly guards the near post. Off the corner from China. Header. Saved up the line. Rebound was clear.
Look at Christine Lilly making that huge save.
The ball was heading for goal.
I remember a ball going by me and me thinking, oh, and then it coming back by me again and me thinking, oh.
I think the referee was like, oh my God, oh my God.
I want to kiss that forehead right now.
I know.
We're still alive.
I know.
Thank you.
120 minutes in intense heat and pressure, and now the biggest pressure of their lives. For most of these women, maybe all, their most important penalty kicks ever.
Lauren Gregg had been charting penalties, who makes them and who misses them. We had Mia on the list, and I think we all agreed that she probably would not want to take one.
You talk about pressure here.
When Tony gives the order, first thought that came to mind, Mia, when you heard.
Oh, God. Because unlike all Michelle's successes at practice of taking penalty kicks, I was taking them too, but I couldn't score any of them. And Lauren said, listen, you're one of our top goal scorers. You should be taking these. And I was like, you know what? You're right.
The biggest controversy came down around whether Brandy should take one or not. I said, go up to Brandy and see if she wants to take a penalty. She's got to want to take a penalty. And ask her if she'll take it left-footed, because we needed to show Gao Hong, the Chinese goalkeeper, something different.
Lauren came up and says, do you want to take a kick? And so I was like, yeah, of course. You have to take it with your left foot. And I was like, okay. I think I was too exhausted to even
see,
have that
takes some
compute.
guts right there. Holy cow, I'd been like, hell no, I'm not taking my left foot.
What's wrong with you, Coach?
What are you, freaking crazy?
Every player needs to be prepared to take a penalty and make a penalty.
You never want a game to come down to PKs because it's really, there's some skill involved, but it's a lot of luck as well.
You always look for somebody big to take your first penalty kick for momentum. So here's Carla Overbeck. The shot of the goal.
I remember how high you jumped after you scored.
Yeah. I was just glad it went in.
I was jogging down going, if they see my knees shaking while I'm running the ball, oh my God, do you think they can see me shaking? It's like, I hope not.
Toss it against Gao Hong. Go!
She didn't even move.
Yeah, Gal's like...
She kind of went like this.
Yeah, she did the little stutter. Yeah.
Diana Skurek, visualizing.
I didn't look at any of your kicks. I just knew when it was my turn, I had to step up. But then when the number 3 kicker came up, number 13, something in my head said, look. And so I turned and I looked at her, and her body language was horrible. Her shoulders were slumped. The way she was walking, she just didn't seem confident. And I said out loud to myself, I said, this is the one.
The shot, Sam Skurek!
We knew you were going to get at least one.
All eyes now on Christine Lilly for the USA to take the lead.
I was going to go to the goalie's right, because that's where I always go. But she was diving that way, so I'm like, oh my God, do I switch? Do I switch? And I had this turmoil in my head for like 30 seconds. I'm like, no, stay with what you do.
Oh, I didn't know
And
you even debated
I watched
that.
both these guys went, and everyone went to that side. I was the only one that went that way.
Lilly, the shot, go!
After my shot, then I was nervous again for you and you.
When I went up, I looked at one panel on the ball. All I wanted to do was just, like, smooth stroke. That's all I thought about.
Did you have any of those doubts you had
No,
going into penalty kicks? You
no.
didn't even think of it?
No, as soon as I had that conversation with Lauren, it was done.
The greatest goal scorer in the world is ready. Shot of the goal! The USA could win the World Cup on this next kick. Chastain will take it.
I remember standing on the right side of the center circle. I couldn't even look. I was on the end, I remember, and I was just looking down. There were over 90,000 people, and I could not hear a thing.
Dead silent. The oddest thing about it was when we walked out to the middle, I was like, what number am I?
Yeah. You didn't know?
No, I had no idea. So I was like, so then the order started going. I'm like, well, I'm not 1, I'm not 2, I'm not 3. Okay, I'm not 4. All right, I must be the last one.
Brandy has probably taken that penalty kick to win a World Cup 1,000 times, but 999 had been in her head.
I had so many playground moments, like hitting the home run or scoring the last basket and the time counting down and just, yeah.
How often do you get asked about that moment?
You know, I've had that question a million times. Did you play on that? And I said, yes. And I planned I would be the last person to take the penalty kick after Bryce saved one, and then we would win, and I would take my shirt off.
Did you say I didn't even know I was number 5?
No, I said, I didn't even know what number.
She would have done it if it was 1.
No, yeah. Maybe so, Joy. Maybe so.
She was thanking her lovely stars that she didn't have to go next.
Were you 6?
You remember because she was 6.
But I just found out, true story, last year, Tony is sitting across from me at this big ESPN dinner, and I hear that in the corner of my ear, I hear him saying, well, Foudy was number 5, and I said to Lauren, erase Foudy and put Brandy back in there. And I was like, what? I was number 5. I could have been a star. I could have gotten naked. They erased me off the list. It made her take it with a foot she never even takes it with.
A moment I'm sure these women have been visualizing for years.
It's still the most watched soccer match in U.S. history. 40 million.